The young man began to listen to the monk's talk, and he was moved and impressed by it. On his way to the magician, the boy made it a habit to listen and sit with the monk and learn from him. Meeting the monk on his way to the magician was not a coincidence. When one liberates his heart from attachment to worldly, earthly matters, wealth, fame, and everything else, and makes a sincere turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and dua for guidance, Allah will not forsake him, and He will point him to the haqq. Liberate the heart from matters like seeking personal gain. Free the heart from the fear of being scrutinized or outcasted, or fear of intelligence or governments, or love of dunya, or living a comfortable life. Liberate yourself from being selfish and worldly gain, and turn to Allah in sincere dua, like the dua of a person drowning, and wallahi, He will guide you to the haqq and put you in the hands of the people of the pure tawheed and haqq. The same way this boy went to learn shirk and was intercepted by a monk teaching him tawheed, he will intercept you to the pure tawheed and its people. On his way to learning shirk, in a society of shirk and sihr, Allah took him and prepared him to learn tawheed and made him a reviver of it. The beginning of the story is learning tawheed. That's how all our stories need to begin. That's how all our lives need to begin. The beginning is learning tawheed, and that takes you to the climax of the story, which is the entire town believing. In a narration in Sunan al-Tirmidhi of this hadith, فَجَعَلَ الْغُلَامُ يَسْأَلُ ذَلِكَ الرَّاهِبُ كُلَّمَا مَرَّ بِهِ فَلَمْ يَزَلْ بِهِ حَتَّى أَخْبَرَهُ فَقَالَ إِنَّمَا أَعْبُدُ اللَّهِ. The boy was the one who aggressively pursued the monk to teach him. The boy is the one who pursued him. The boy began asking that monk questions each time he passed by. And he would not leave him until the monk finally informed him what he was all about. إِنَّمَا أَعْبُدُ اللَّهِ. Tawheed. I'm all about Tawheed. That's all I'm here for. I worship only Allah. He was on his way to learn darkness and evil, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to brighten his heart and guide him to the truth. And that can happen to every sincere person. When he began to learn from the monk on his way to the magician, he would be late to his session with the magician, obviously. So the magician would beat him because of his delay. So he complained to the monk. فَإِذَا أَتَى السَّاحِرَ ضَرَبَهُ فَشَكَى ذَلِكَ إِلَى الرَّاهِبِ. In between the lines of the hadith, you can sense that the boy's pure heart settled with Tawheed, with the monk. How can we tell that? Because he confided in the monk and he trusted him. He trusted him enough to tell him, the magician beats me when I'm late. He could have confided in the magician and told him, the reason I'm late is that I've been studying with the rahib, with the monk. But he didn't. He chose to confide in the rahib, the one teaching him Tawheed. And the beating was a trial to that young boy. Allah's prepping him in both knowledge and in practice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing him the reality of this path from an early stage. That's something we have to understand. This is a huge lesson for the ghuraba, for the strangers. You can't be a carrier of Tawheed or attempt to revive it. And once scrutiny is 1,000,000 miles away, you fall off the grid and off Tawheed. The muwahhid who carries Tawheed as a stranger must make trials affect his mission positively. The successful ones are the ones who carry this Tawheed knowing the reality of the path. they make it successfully to the last yards of victory in this dunya, or they take it with strength to their grace. The ones who stumble and fall and relapse are the ones who didn't know the reality of this path. Or worse than that, those who think it's a luxurious, romantic path. Even worse than that are those who think they're jumping on this path to gain worldly benefits. When the young boy complained to the monk about his trial and getting beaten, he was inquiring, not objecting. He was still in the learning phase. He was asking about something, obstructing his continuation on the path. He wasn't questioning in the form of complaining or seeking excuses to abandon this path. He wasn't whimpering or trying to find a way out. He was tortured, yet he didn't second guess the path. This would have been the best time for him to relinquish his path and go play with the children of his age. Sometimes a mere criticism gets one to change. نسأل الله السلام والعافية.